Hey, I'm Priscilla.
I'm Pearl.
And I'm Tamiron.
And welcome to the P3T podcast.
Woo!
Oh, you're the legit who says and welcome to the P3T. Yeah, you never noticed?
Wow.
We did it according to the host.
Yo.
The host.
Who did you think says it?
I don't know,
It never really dawned on you.
Oh. Okay. So, once again, welcome to a new episode. Najua last week, tumepigana. Like,
We're still friends.
Yeah.
I had to be at
We're coming down from that high. Tunatulia.
And we're standing here.
Only because.
So if you know us, you know that we record in bulk, which means that for you it's been 1 week of, coming from hostility, but for us it's been like 5 seconds.
It's been 5 hours.
But we are still all friends, aren't we?
Yeah.
Kuna producer wetu ameongea sana ya hii set of recordings. Hapana, niongea tu ile ingine. Tabidi tumeadd a K to that P3T. Yeah. Anyway, so today we are talking about being uncomfortable or getting out of your comfort zone. And we're just going to jump into it because we really don't have time. So, the first question that I have is how often do you get out of your comfort zone, Priscilla?
Wow. Okay. How often do I get out of my comfort zone?
Mm-hmm.
I think every day. By virtue of me waking up every morning and going to class.
You'd much rather just be asleep.
Yeah. Exactly. Like it's that whole motivation of, oh yeah, today's a new day, I have things to do and I need to do them. It kind of gives you that morale of, okay, wake up, do your thing. So it makes you uncomfortable in some way, especially for us ladies who go through periods every month, or at least most times you just feel like, today is not the day that you have made. And yeah, so I think every day is a day of getting out of your comfortability, but at the same time, in terms of taking risks and getting out of the
That's what I mean.
Yeah, the monotonous cycle of doing of doing something through and through, because like every day, let's say I wake up, go to class, do this, do that. Then the following day I wake up, go to class, do this, do that. I can say maybe a month. So maybe having something to look forward to every month, like in our previous episode where we talked about goal setting, especially with this new year, I think it's a matter of having like a plan or a purpose or a direction for what you're looking forward to that month. So for me, I think it's monthly.
Okay. That's healthy. That's great. Tamira?
I don't know. It's more and more every day. I mean, more and more every so often. I don't think I can put like some definite measure to it, but all I can say is that especially after last year, I'm very much open to getting out of my comfort zone as often as possible. So yeah.
Thank you. That's a little Polly.
I don't know, because I also don't know what my comfort zone is, if I'm being honest. Like, I don't know what genuinely makes me. Oh, I know, exercising. Oh my god, exercising makes me so uncomfortable. But I'm trying to. If you know this, if you listened to our episode but 1, our New Year, New Me episode, our goals episode, I'm trying to learn how to skip. So stop laughing, but
I'll never get that.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't do it frequently, if I'm being honest, but I want to. So I guess not that often.
Okay. Mine is also not that often. I used to, like in high school, I would do so many things, I would jump into this new thing, that other new thing, all new things. And then even like in the beginning of uni, I was ready to jump into like new things. I got into orientation and I was on 1.1, yeah, but then social anxiety, so not that often. And even like last semester, I was trying to jump into new things, but then I had so many new responsibilities in church, and I didn't know how to like balance them, and it was hectic because teenagers were around for 2 months. They're still around. Okay, at the time of recording, they're still around, but they'd have been around for 2 months. But as of this episode being released, and that was super overwhelming for me because I got a new role of like being not like teens service, not like Sunday service, but I got a new role of like extra service thing. So like they came to church every Saturday. They would what else would they do? They would come to church like every week. We had them present in church last week. So they did like a drama and they did praise and worship, and they're supposed to do a dance, but that didn't work out. Yeah, so like even like preparing them for that drama, because after COVID, we're still recovering from COVID as the teens ministry. So youth ministry, teens ministry. So yeah, we're still recovering from it. So it was like I didn't know anybody, I didn't know any of the teenagers. So I with the whole new team, which I figured out like who can play what part. Some people are struggling with like line delivery, so like working like to get them to improve each day. That was hectic because I was in church like every day. I kid you not, every day except Christmas week and the week after that, the week before New Year's. My whole holiday nilikuwa to kanisa every day. I wake up, I sleep, I wake up, I'm in church. I sleep, I wake up, I'm in church. Like that's like clockwork. And it was so hectic. But anyway, they did well, their programs went well, so I'm happy about that. But as a result, towards the end of the semester, I had to like drop all these responsibilities. Not responsibilities, all these like new things I was trying. But now this semester, I have purposed to join clubs, so I'm going to be committed to the 3 areas that I want, that I've plugged into in school, and see where that takes me. Okay, that was a long rant. So moving on to the next question. So we all have like obviously moments when we've not come out of our comfort zone. Like Priscilla, we talked about planning for new opportunities, yeah. But there's sometimes where you don't plan for an opportunity, you just find yourself being asked of something, or you find something being advertised and then you're not really ready to plug into it, but maybe you're supposed to plug into it. So what do you think has prevented you in the past from getting out of your comfort zone?
Fear and time. So I think the fear of being overwhelmed, just by virtue of doing so many things or being involved in so many things, it already gives you like some fear, like will I manage it, like will I have time to, let's say, juggle my academics, my social life, and then also this. So that fear of being overwhelmed and having to drop it halfway instead of reaching that goal to its completion. Also time again correlates with the fear, because with time I think, especially, let me relate it to like my schedule this semester. I'm super busy. Like, I don't think I can take anything else. And, okay, fortunately or unfortunately, last sem, I made sure I enrolled in a lot of activities for this semester. So, and also in the beginning of this semester, I did so. So, I feel like if I were to take more things into consideration, I think by week 7 I'd have like a total burnout, and I don't want to reach there as of yet. I'm already seeing it by week 11, and I don't want to make it earlier, like fast forward the process before then. So I think it depends on the time and also the fear. Yeah, because those are the 2 factors that hold me back from taking in new opportunities or becoming uncomfortable. Yeah.
Tamara.
I think for me,
Social anxiety. This just might be the first time social anxiety is being mentioned in this podcast, and not by Pearl.
Yeah. I was just like, what?
Maybe I was about to be like,
That's not my thing. If I'm reading a book about me, things.
Social anxiety.
Number one.
But yeah, I think the one thing even right now, it's seriously out of my comfort zone is having one-on-one conversations with people. Like for me, it's so much harder, so much scarier to have a one-on-one conversation with someone rather than having a conversation with a group. Because I feel like one-on-one, man, you're getting to know me, and like, I don't know, first of all, I think there's a pressure of keeping a conversation going. Number two, like, hey, unanijua too personally, I don't want you to be you shouldn't be all up in my business like that. And it's scary, especially considering that I'm learning the skill at the moment, but I'm not the best conversationalist. That word. So yeah, I think that's for now at the moment what's keeping me from leaving my comfort zone.
Okay. Now, as the conversation has proceeded, I think I actually have the opposite problem. So I don't necessarily fear doing new things. Like honestly, mimi hata sahi uniambia niende unitumie motion unipatie 20 minutes uniambia na debate. Nita debate tu.
Niko na swali. Unajua kudrive? Kwa nini?
I don't want to learn.
Exactly.
It's not because I'm uncomfortable, though. It's just I don't want to learn. Like I don't value the skill of driving. Is the thing. It's not like deep down I want to learn how to drive, but I'm scared to go. No, I just don't value the skill of driving. Which I know everyone is going to tell me how important it is to know how to drive. I've had this conversation before with my family. I know. And you know what? I will learn eventually. When everybody finally decides it's time to drag me to driving school, I will go. I will not fight, I will go. But it's not something that holds value to me. I think that's the other thing. I generally have never been a person that puts effort into things that I don't consider valuable for myself. You know? So other than that, we go back to the other. What was I saying? I was saying I don't necessarily have too big of a fear of trying new things. Like I don't think that thing scares me. I'm more scared of not having things to do. Yeah.
That makes
so
sense.
because I feel like I don't know. I feel like my life is boring. So I feel like I need to fill it with things to do. Otherwise, I'll be bored. So that's the thing. And I did that like basically all of high school, and I also did it in my first year of university. So this year I told myself I'm going to try and not put myself into everything. Because what I do is I put myself into everything and then I get tired. I don't necessarily get overwhelmed, but I get tired. In fact, to some extent, I get underwhelmed. Because I'm like, I started this thing, but it's so boring. I don't want to be here anymore, you know? So, yeah, and then I get tired, I get underwhelmed, and then I just crash. And then I crash for like a month where I don't really like my life because I'm like, I'm so bored, I don't have anything to do, please give me something to do. And then I start doing everything again. You know, it's like it's a tedious cycle for me. And I don't necessarily hate the cycle. I just wish I could learn how to prioritize things in my life. Because I feel like that's something I don't know how to do. I feel like I've not answered the question. What is the question?
But you have.
What prevents you? Okay, but I have a question for you specifically.
Yeah.
So do you think maybe your comfort zone is plunging yourself into all of these activities, and
Could
your
be.
uncomfortable zone
Is
now
being free, probably.
Yeah, so now what prevents you from just wanting to be free and wanting to stay in boredom or being comfortable or being in that situation?
Because my life is boring. I feel like that's being dramatic, but I don't know. I honestly have no answer. Maybe it's like this innate reason to constantly be doing something. Maybe that's the reason. I don't know. I'll reflect. Ask me at the end of the year. I'll tell you.
All right. So for me, it's just people. That's it. Fear of people. Yeah.
Social
But
anxiety.
it's not, yeah, but also people pleasing
Tendency.
Like I don't want to go to, like right now I'm joining debate and I'm so scared of the people there. Wow. I think one of the debate people might listen to some of these episodes, but it's okay. But I'm so scared of like the people there, you know. And I feel like, and there's times when I feel like I'm so intelligent. Hey, those people use big words. Oh. Like one time I was sitting in a debate meeting and I was googling words. I was googling words. I was saying, yeah, because like I don't what. So it's only like until Juicy when I went for training when there was not many people. That's when I was like, oh, okay, I think this is much better for me. Then I don't feel like I'm inadequate. So I think feeling, there's two things. I fear people and then the feeling of inadequacy. Because what if I plunge into this new thing and I feel like I can't do it or I'm not good enough? You know? Yeah. And I genuinely feel like in debate, I personally cannot fake it till I make it. If I don't believe I can do it, then I definitely will be able to do it, you know? So yeah, my mentality as a whole, I think prevents me. So it's not people, it's just my perception of people, I think. Anyway, moving on to the next question. I assume we've all gotten out of our comfort zones in one way or another. So you can give that one a narrative of when you have gotten out of your comfort zone, but also in that narrative, tell us when you got out of your comfort zone, or times when you do get out of your comfort zone, what growth have you seen or do you see in yourself? Pauline?
So now that we know my comfort zone is being free, I think genuinely, I believe this semester I haven't been as out there. And like for a really long time it bothered me because I was just like, oh, okay, Pauline, you're wasting the semester. People are doing things, you're not doing anything. But now I think something that I have learned during this period is to sort of just live in the now. Like I wake up in the morning and I won't do all the things that, you know, I probably would have been doing had this been last year or had this been last year but one. You know, I won't be busy. I'll only have like classes to do and then like assignments and then that will basically be the end of my day. So learning, like, that's okay as well. You don't have to that's okay as well. You don't have to constantly be
Doing something.
busy. I'm learning now to be okay in the bottom. Yeah.
For me, I think what I've been doing lately that has pushed me out of my comfort zone is I've become a career peer advisor. So Pal and I actually we are working in the placement and career services office in our school. And basically it takes a lot of dedication because
Does it?
as of now, not yet, but it will. Because like there are certain projects we'll be engaging in, certain reviews. It's like we'll be working and then, you know, we are sparing like 10 hours of our time.
Imagine
10 hours in a week.
I'm not complaining.
Munalipo.
No?
Okay.
Yeah. 10 hours in a week to work and do what is necessary in that office. So it's been helpful because it's allowed me to network. Truthfully, there are people I wouldn't have talked to. I wouldn't have networked with certain students and made connections and even friends with people that I've met in the office. Also, it's given me opportunities like there's this new mentorship program that has been rolled in our school and it's really good. And I don't think I'd have really put myself in it if it wasn't for that environment. I don't think I'd have gone for that opportunity, which I'm very happy that I did. And I think it's made me grow in terms of my networking in terms of also my willingness and determination to do things that actually would push me out of my comfort zone, and also to risk things, man. Like do new things, explore new things, and have fun while at it. As Pauline said, living in the now. Yeah.
Wow, nice. I think how I've gotten out of my comfort zone. Well, okay, I have two instances. Last year I think I talked about my experience in KMUN. I didn't really expect to do that, but I did that. I think it's really helped me. What's the word? It's helped me know how to speak. To articulate my points, and then to speak in front of like a large crowd of people. Like it's giving me practice, because it can be very overwhelming, but just how to work through that and to still make sense, and to not show. I think for me, Aki, the minute I see a hint of shyness, let me tell you, the moment you start a statement, especially in front of a crowd, ati, I've never done this before, so mtaniwea radhi. Me, I've blocked you out. I've blocked you out. So I think for me, just learning to own that space, even as much as nasambaratika ndani, like it doesn't show, and like you do things nice and smoothly. So that's my first instance. The second one is this bunch of episodes I've really talked about my school's podcast. You should go check it out. It's called How You Doing. It's a mental health podcast. Anyway, last year I joined the team as the content lead, and this year my supervisor unfortunately will be leaving it. She was amazing. So that position was vacant, and I wanted to step down in that podcast because I knew this year would be crazy, like in terms of school. My major, my degree that I'm working on, and at the same time I knew I'd be doing like a short course concurrently, so I knew it would be a lot. So I just wanted to take like a step back. But apparently, when I was talking to my direct supervisor, and then like the lady, we call her the managing director of the podcast, my name was being mentioned a lot when it came to filling the position of my direct supervisor who was leaving. Okay. Yeah. So she was what was her? She was the media and content team manager or something.
Wow.
So she was leaving, and that position had to be filled. So yeah, apparently my name was coming up a lot, and they were doing recruitments early this January. So when I filled in the form and I chose a position that was significantly lower than what I was even doing the previous year, I was asked a lot of questions. So much so that I was kind of not bullied, but I was kind of convinced to apply for that leadership position. I feel like this year, a way I'm getting out of my comfort zone is through like leadership, and God really testing my leadership skills. So yeah, and so anyway, where was I going with this? I was trying to say that with that podcast, I applied for now that bigger position. And then literally like a few hours ago, I was having an interview so that they could vet me and see if I'm good enough. Right now, I am seeing a very beautiful text on my phone that is giving me a bit of hope. So maybe I've gotten the position. So yeah, that's how.
Wow. I'm so proud of you, Tamira. 2020 is the year of absolute growth. We are here for you to see to how though.
Siwezi.
So for me, you just brought up the leadership thing. So for me, this thing of like now being leaders like in my church and thing, this is the first time like we've actually had like leader titles and been invited. You know, we were pretty much church workers, and as youth we were never invited for church for
Meetings.
for not meetings, workers luncheon, like the luncheon that they
Like
appreciate an appreciation lunch, because we were never invited. Anyway, now we're not in Nigeria anymore, so let me not complain about that. So so now like people are starting to take us more seriously, and our pastor is starting to take us more. Our youth pastor is taking us very seriously, not starting to take us more seriously. She's the best. Love you, girl. So, but she's taking us very seriously, and but her taking us seriously like doesn't mean that the whole church will take us seriously. So like we have to prove our worth, and like one of my friends, she's 20 years old. She's now like the deputy HOD for youth ministry, and we've never head of department of youth ministry, and that's like never happened before in our church. Like even when she was being, because when you're the deputy HOD in my church, you like there's this like board. Now like the overall leaders of the church, like they're called the advisory. Guy, I can just know my church. So they're called the advisory, and then above them are like elders, and then above that are pastors. So the people now like right below the elders, they're called the advisory. So they're the pillars of the church: the men, the youth, the women, and the children. So now she's going to sit on that board with the men's leader and the women's leader and the and the
She's my age.
And
The pressure, man, is getting worse.
and even like sometimes they have meetings with elders, but luckily like she's cool with all the elders. But and then now the pastors, and then if the bishop comes, the advisory is invited. So it's like it's a big thing for her to be deputy HOD, because she'll probably be promoted to HOD, eventually with time, when HOD steps down in a long time. Now she'll take up the mantle. So for the rest of us, it's also a lot of pressure, because we can't make her look bad, because we are her leaders. So if she looks it's like
you're not
she's the
her
overall
leader.
head, she's the overall leader, and then she has leaders for each sector. Nakumbuka kama venye siyu kulikuwa na siyu chairperson, lakini kuna mtu wa prisonership, kuna mtu wa nini, hivyo. So sasa kuna leader like teens, and then youth, there's like different things. So teen service is her docket with the pastor, and then now there's like teens extramarital affairs, and then there's not marital, but like extra affairs, and then now like youth Bible study, youth fellowship, youth. What else do we have for youth? Young men, young ladies, like that. And then like music, like praise and worship also has its own docket. Creative has its own docket, like that. So everybody kind of has. If I've forgotten your docket, I'm sorry. So there's now, so us as her team, because we're the leaders, as her team, we can't make her look bad. So it's a lot of pressure, not only on her, but
on
also
you guys
on us.
as well.
Because like, yes, she's doing groundwork with us, but we are the leads of that groundwork. So it's not her job to like panga teens fellowship. It's my job. It's not her job to make sure drama practice was running well. That was my job. If drama practice is not running well, and we don't have a good production and presentation on Sunday, yes, she'll get the heat, but I'll get the heat right after her. I'll get the heat from her. So I can't make her, and she's my friend and I love her. So I can't make her look bad. So that's a bit of pressure on us. And then there's so much to do. Like even as we are speaking, me and Karen had to give an apology to miss a fellowship in church. Because like there's just so much to do, such people to do it. So just also like this year we have to find committees, just so that we don't have to rely on the same group of people who are also dockets of other like mini ministries to help within the youth church. So it's a bit intimidating, but I've seen growth, because especially in church, I have hey, working with teenagers. Wow, it's not easy. Hey, because teenagers are at like a critical stage where they're a bit impressionable and very spongy, and sometimes they can be reactionary without considering other factors, like other background factors. Even me, I'm reactionary, but I think I've grown to be reactionary within a few limits. Not necessarily, sometimes I don't have limits, but at least sometimes I understand some dynamics. So just like understanding that that's how I was as a teenager, and like accommodating that instead of like being like, "Nyinyi watu hampendi kutusikiza, you're just being nini," that's difficult. So learning how to work with teenagers, and I feel like also I want to really make teens church for the teens. So all their programs for the teens. So like right now when we hold their fellowships, like I'm the one who facilitates the fun activities. Then the other day I was talking to these two boys and they were telling me all these games they can play. I told them, immediately come back from school in April, I'm not doing the fun activities, it's up to the two of you. So just I want everything to be theirs, for them to control it and for me to come and be like, wow, this is what's happening, for me to give guidance and advice, like we can't do this because of ABCD, we can't do this because of EFGH, so that. But also I'm talking about what I hope for myself, but so far like learning how to communicate with people, and then also getting out of my comfort zone has helped me like learn how to be confident. I'm not confident, but learn how to fake the confidence. It's like speaking in front of people and things like that. I've talked for a lot, so I'm going to just stop talking. So the next question is do you feel like you're currently pushing yourself, or are you not right now, Priscilla?
I think I'm pushing myself positively. Okay, sometimes we can be exerting ourselves too much, but I think pushing yourself is having that intrinsic motivation to do better for yourself. So it's constantly choosing to improve yourself, to work hard or work smart, to gain as many opportunities as possible, to learn from your failures, and to just be a better version of you. So I think I'm pushing myself to network with people, to interact with people, to grow socially, to gain as many skills as I possibly can. As of now, I think I'm pushing myself positively. But also there are instances where I can at times push myself negatively, and that's when I have a burnout or I'm near a burnout, and I don't want that. So, yeah.
Tamara?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, I think that's it
That's
from
it.
me.
Okay. Pauline?
I don't know, like pushing myself to like get out of my comfort zone. No, not really. I feel like it's just opportunity or coincidence. I don't know. Like I didn't plan to not have things to do. I just found that I don't have things to do, and I don't know. Like, but am I getting things to do? I don't know. We'll wait and see. Yeah, I'm kind of just vibes these days. These days, I'm kind of just vibes. What happens, man.
Yeah. I am, but it's only because I have a friend to do it. That's the reason. If I didn't have like that thing that me and Priscilla did together, it's because I have a friend to do it.
Yeah.
The thing for
Debates.
because I have a friend to do it with. What else? Yeah.
Church, are you doing with
Church,
someone?
All my friends are leadership. Yeah, so it's a lot of the things. Yeah, I think I'm pushing it. But church, you know why it's getting out of my comfort zone? Because I'm doing like I used to be a teenager in the position where the teenagers are now, where like people would write scripts and then come and direct us. So that's why it's a new challenge for me. Because like in that play, I wasn't acting, I was directing. So that was intimidating for me. Like I became the girl who used to do directing for us. Let me call her Christine. So that's Tamira's name.
No, it's
Okay, scrap that,
No,
scrap that,
no,
scrap
but
that,
it
scrap
is,
that.
it is. It's fine.
We
Fine.
can leave that in.
We can leave that in.
Okay, so let's call her Christine. So Christine,
You're not going to be like, let's call her X.
but then Christine listens to the podcast. Say hi, Christine.
Hi, Christine.
Hi,
does.
Christine.
Yeah. Oh, okay, Sawa.
I also listen to the podcast.
That's not funny. I'm sorry.
You're not being like Paul in that situation. You're not.
I'm sorry.
Sawa.
I love you.
Ni funny.
So like Christine she would write the scripts and direct our plays, and I found it so surreal to be like me and my friend were the ones directing that play. Like it made me feel so old, but also it was like wow, like we've really stepped out of our comfort zone. Yeah.
Can I off the record something?
Mm-hmm.
Will you forgive me? So she said it made me feel old, and then I remembered. You remember my nephews? Once they told me they were guessing years they were playing with a friend and they were guessing years the other one was born. So the younger one guessed, "Were you born in 2004?" And then the older one was like, "If I was born in 2004 right now, I'd be a grandfather."
Y'all are fossils. I'm an ancestor.
I guess I'm in my deathbed.
Other people in 2000 who are born 2004 like
This year, 20 class.
They're 19. They'll be turning 19.
How, your sister was born in?
Oh yeah, that's her.
Your sister was born in 2004? Wow. No, but your sister was young for her class.
No, she was like Pauline.
Yeah, since Pauline was young for her class.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on who you are.
So they'll
Class
just
of
finish
2022.
KCSE.
Yeah.
Crazy. They'd be so old. Yeah, I know.
Be a grandfather.
You know, I tried telling my cousin, I'm like their auntie, and they're refusing to believe. Then I asked them, how old do you think I am? And they said, 21. I was like, yeah, so you think I can be your auntie? They're like, no. And then I asked them, okay, what do you think constitutes an auntie? And they're like, you need to learn, you need to be able to make cookies for us. You need to be able to drive. You need to be able to buy us chips and take us to swimming. And I was like, okay, I've baked for you a cake. that's harder than cooking, all right? And then
You can drive them to swimming and for chips.
I was like, you have seen me driving. If you want me to take you for swimming, I will. I promise. When it's when I sausage in you kulilia. Surely. And these people are like 6 and 7, and I'm 21. So anyway, let's move on. So I don't know what you're talking about.
I think we're moving to the next
Oh,
question.
the next question.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I think I was finishing my point, but yes, in conclusion, I am pushing myself out of my. Yes, we are old, but I am pushing myself out of my comfort zone in my old age. So, the next question, I think, it will be the last one. Yeah, actually, it's the last question. So I'm going to combine two statements into one. So the first one is, where do we draw the line between overexerting ourselves and being uncomfortable? And if we're overexerting ourselves at the point where you're feeling, I can't do this, how do you know when to quit? When
When
it's
to say
appropriate
enough
to
is
quit?
enough.
Yeah. Priscilla, where do we draw the line between overexerting yourself and being uncomfortable?
I think it's about reading your body and your state of mind. So, once you realize that it's taking a toll on you mentally and physically, in terms of your resilience, your energy, you feel drained, you start feeling very fatigued and very self-unaware or careless in terms of your self-awareness, then I think that's when you realize that it's probably you're pushing yourself too hard and it's not healthy in that manner. So that's why I think it's very important for one to have a balance when it comes to pursuing your goals. Do it, but then at the same time have a time to re-energize. So for instance, work hard during the week, but then have like a Saturday or a Sunday, depending on for you to recharge.
Decompress.
Yeah, decompress, take time off. It's healthy for you to reset your mind and reset your body for now the next week that is to come. So that's why I'd say once you realize it's taking a toll on you physically, taking a toll on you physically, and it's taking a toll on you mentally, that's when you should say, hapa haiwezekani. And then for what were you
How do
saying?
you know when or if to quit when you're after me?
How do you know when to quit?
Or even if, maybe you shouldn't.
Yeah. In my opinion, I think when you can have the passion. Okay, it depends. I think it would depend on. Sometimes I'm this type of person who can be interesting. I draw a tea table. So I have my pros and my cons list. So when the cons outweigh the pros, definitely I'll quit. Or okay, not definitely, but most likely. Very likely I'll quit. Because if it's not benefiting me in any way, why would I continue investing my time, my energy, and probably even money into it? And it's just making a wise decision for you in that time or in that space, and also having someone to talk to. That's why I encourage therapy. So as of last semester and also this semester, I've been taking therapy, and also and I think it's helped me in analyzing myself, having that third point perspective. So it's not just me looking at first person, but then also having someone walking with me in that journey and also saying, Priscilla, do you think this and this could also be a result of this and this? And giving that whole analytical view of it, and it gives you like a sense of, okay, maybe it's not working out. Maybe it's not right for me as of now. Maybe I need to concentrate on this, then I can come back to this later. So it gives you a whole different perspective. So having also another person to talk to, a healthy person rather, like a therapist, I'd say, or even a good trusted friend, but I'd say a therapist is really good. Yeah.
Nice. So Tamiran, where do we draw the line between overexerting ourselves and being uncomfortable?
I personally draw the line when I'm not okay. This is the thing about me. I don't know how to do things halfway. Like if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it full blown. So if I'm not able to do it full blown, then I know, okay, there's some things I need to drop that may not necessarily serve me at the moment, so that I can, like I don't know how to. Ati?
Kufanya nusu-nusu. Hakuna kitu nusu-nusu. Ndani ya manje. Choose 1, 2. Ukitaka kujadisa. Kuna vitu zenye utawacha. Sorry.
Okay, yes. Sure. Yes.
But you guys remember Rika?
Yeah.
These 5 stories they sang that song.
Oh, that's 5 stones.
No. That's Konwacha.
Oh.
Those guys are the best Kenyan Christian.
Aki, music, whatever. Yeah.
Now the girl is doing her own thing, I think, and then the Emmanuel is doing his own thing.
I should actually really listen to those songs. I miss them.
That's so good.
You should listen to Wacha. You should go watch Wacha.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
You don't know how to do things. You don't have to do things half.
I don't know how to do things half. So when I'm seeing that, I'm lagging behind, and maybe it's something important at that time, I'll have to look through, okay, what am I doing other than that may not be as important. So I drop it. And then when things have kind of stabilized, I could pick it up again and do it. So yeah.
Okay.
Pauline?
Oh wait. The other question is, how do you know? Oh, okay. How do you know when to quit? If you're doing it so that's when you know to quit. Yeah. Pauline.
Honestly, I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know. Do you know?
You have said.
No, like with reference to me. This is me referring to, you know, that thing that's like you only know yourself by how other people know you. Yeah. Now this is me asking you. You know. Nah.
I think your out of comfort zone scenario is resting.
So when
So
do I
like,
know to not
rest
rest to the
anymore.
point where I'm being lazy, where I'm
Yeah, I guess.
blatantly being lazy?
I guess now that would be your question.
When I realize I have things to do. When things arise and I'm like, okay, I can't continue being like
Bumming.
idle. Yeah. That's it.
All right. So, for me, I think the line of being overwhelmed and overexerting yourself and being uncomfortable is when you're overwhelmed with the things that you're doing. So that happens. So that's exactly what happened to me now last time when I was trying to do so many things and I wasn't able to. You can bite it. Okay. I just like put certain things to it. I was like, you know what? Come by. I wasn't willing to do some things. I wasn't willing to because I was already so tired with the things I had to do, so it was so overwhelming. So at the point of being overwhelming, I think that's overexerting yourself. But being uncomfortable is just if you don't feel too overexerted, then being uncomfortable might just be as a result of you not wanting to or you being fearful. So if it's any other feeling but fear, then yeah, I think you should consider it being overexertion. Yeah, so I had a Bible verse. Like, can I find it? Let's see if I'll be able to find it. I took a screenshot. So I had a Bible verse that I found, and it's Ecclesiastes chapter 11 verse 4-6. And it's about like taking risks and getting out of your comfort zone. And it says, "He who observes the wind will not sow, and he who regards the clouds will not reap. As you do not know the way the spirit comes to the bones in the womb of a woman with child, so you do not know the work of God who makes everything. In the morning sow your seed, and at evening withhold not your hand, for you do not know which will prosper, this or that, or whether both alike will be good." So I think just take risks in all spheres is what this Bible verse is trying to say. Don't limit yourself because of your fear or your worries or your issues. Okay, maybe your issues might limit you, but if it's just like personal issues that you can kind of control, then I'd say don't let them hold you back and just like go at what you want and what you think might be scaring you. I think one thing that I've had people saying before is if your dreams are not scaring you, then they're not big enough. And that's something that this year I'm really taking into account. Like my biggest goal for the year is inashtua. And I honestly don't think I'll make the goal, but if it's not scaring me, then I don't think it's big enough. And I feel like I've desensitized myself to so many things that I just need kitu tanishtua, to just help me move forward. So yeah, so I think that's how I'd like to conclude the episode. Mtu ako na kitu ya kusema? Hapana? Thank you for listening to this podcast episode. Someday you'll watch Coca-Cola, you'll watch us. Yeah, so thank you for listening to this episode. We highly appreciate all the support that you guys give us in listening, sharing, commenting. Those who comment regularly, we see you, we appreciate
love you.
Yeah, Dan, thank you for appreciating.
Woo, shout out.
Dan, thank you for commenting in the Blippers episode.
Thank you. I mean, that was a nice, but you had some participation.
Also, shout out to She Babes. She's always liking our Shaliza. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Forgive us for incompetence.
Yeah. Thank you for your support since literally day one.
Woo!
Yeah. We appreciate all you guys. If you want a shout out in our next episode, comment and subscribe. No, I'm joking. But yeah, thank you so much.
It would be nice. It would be nice if you subscribed.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, just Make sure to comment, follow us on Instagram at P3T Podcast. Email us at p3tpodcastke@gmail.com. Coca-Cola, that one was for you. And make sure to like our reels, like our posts. Me and Tamiron and Priscilla and Pauline worked very hard on them, and Karen as well. We worked very hard on them.
We all work very hard.
We all work very hard on that social media. Yeah, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Bye.
We love you.
This is your